And from there, they will be on the surface, just literally looking with their binoculars, trying to find where the convoy is. That's pretty much what it was. And then when they would find a convoy, they're going to radio in other U-boats, and then they would be moving in. Now, this coordination allowed them to improve their chances of spotting an allied convoy, but it actually also increased their chances of being detected, because the increased radio traffic, the British realized that that could be an area where there's a concentration of U-boats and would be able to route convoys away from them. And a lot of the kills that we would still be talking about would still happen to individually sailing convoys. Sorry, individually sailing ships. And there's a reason we still have individual ships, and that is thanks to now Prime Minister Winston Churchill. Because though there was also jokes apart, it's it's a neutral decision, you could say. You can't call it good or bad, because they did give the a lot of the kills to the U-boats, but certain merchant ships were just so much more faster than their convoy brethren, you could call it.
Yeah, you're only as
And
fast as your slowest ship. Yeah.
true. And the U-boats would really want, like the Type 7 U-boat, which was the primary U-boat that was used. They had a speed of 17 knots and 7 knots at the surface and submerged respectively. So some of the ships could actually outgun them, which is why these guys actually love to go into the convoy's middle at night, surface, and then attack. It was pretty breathtaking. And there were like convoys like, convoy HX-72, for example, that year. We saw 11 ships in one convoy get destroyed. And one of the reasons they were so successful for the first happy time was the lack of British escorts. Do you know why there were no British escorts at this time?
Why?
They were still fearful of a German naval invasion.
Mm-hmm.
Operation Sea Lion, even though Air Marshal Hugh Dowding had been doing a bang up job of denying the air superiority, it was actually like a few people like Admiral so- I keep forgetting, like Fraser Forbes.
Forbes is Charles Forbes.
Yeah, Admiral Charles Forbes, who is currently the commander in chief of the Home Fleet. He argued consistently that we can dispatch ships to come and support the British merchant ships. He said there is no way in hell we will not know the German invasion is imminent with at least a 24 to 48-hour warning. And that's more than enough time to recall a lot of the escorting destroyers. Keep in mind, destroyers are designed to be the primary anti-submarine ship, but they're just also just a good general purpose ship.
But in
So his
hindsight, it's absolutely insane that they would even contemplate that the Germans would have the capability of doing Sea Lion, because they would have to know paratroopers can't pull this off.
Well, I mean, they don't have Vespas with anti-tank guns.
But this is a total random note, but somebody used AI to colorize a test video of one of the later defense systems Britain had in case of an invasion. And I'm not kidding. I wasn't aware this was a thing. They had these extremely large flamethrowers that could shoot like 200 yards. It was insane watching this video, how far the flame could go. They would have incinerated these paratroopers. It would have been horrifying.
As Admiral Forbes said, there's no way they will not know, at least with a 24-hour warning of the German troops getting ready.
And yeah, the German transports is what, some French fishing boats, I guess, like whatever they would have.
Dutch barges as well. Add them to the lot.
Of course.
But that was the reality. So he said we can dispatch it, and ships will still come back to help us. We are not going to be protected. And if they actually were able to even dispatch, like say 50 destroyers, or the U-boats are going to be hunted quite early. It's actually interesting that we always think of the U-boat as they have that myth in our head, right? As the silent killer, that predator from the shadows, when they were actually even bigger prey than the merchant ships, as we will see in 1943 onwards.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just crazy to think that Britain could not even spare ships. Because even if you account for the losses of Dunkirk, this was the strength of the the navies in the summer of 1940. Okay, the key word is it's the operational ships. It's not including losses and repair, under repair or construction.
I would just note one thing. Britain could, of course, spare these escort ships, but if more merchant ships were to sink, wouldn't that help Churchill's cause to get America into the war? you know?
It could, at this moment, not really.
I
I'll just
guess.
get to that maybe after I finish this point of their
Sure.
operational strength.